I started doing live producing for live sport. The adrenaline rush of that was just so incredible that I knew that I wanted to be in a more immediate storytelling environment. It took 5 years, but at that point I knew one day I'm going to be a feature film producer.
Do I see it?
What inspired me to get involved in the industry is just the power of storytelling in the visual medium.
Okay, so I remodel furniture, alright? So why can't I do the same with cars?
Yeah, so chair equals bits of wood, liquid paints. Car equals bits of metal, liquid paint.
No, I have to think about this.
I work as a marketer. I'm also a producer still, but really trying to advise and empower younger independent producers. There were many obstacles for the project Ayanda, the biggest of which was that I had never produced a film before, so I had no idea what I was doing. But I think when you get out of your own way and you figure out ways to find answers and solutions as opposed to creating even more barriers, that's when you really start to thrive and obstacles start to kind of recede. How important is it to start at the bottom? It's crucial. It's absolutely crucial. So I was a runner, I was a production assistant, I was a script writer, I was a voiceover artist. I did absolutely every single job you can think of. That's how you really start to refine your craft and really get to the nitty-gritty of what production, what content creation, what storytelling is all about.
But then I see it clearly that I've brought it back to life. Me.
We need stories because they teach us things. They make us more empathetic. They make us more sensitive. They make us more powerful because we can draw lessons from others. I am selective when selecting a story. I think that the best stories have a piece of you in them, whether that's simply a subject that's interesting to me, or it's something I always wanted to know more about, or it reflects somehow my own personal journey. There are a lot of pros and cons of doing controversial work. I think when you are pursuing a project for controversy's sake, you miss the mark. If the subject matter happens to be controversial, then there's something to explore there.
The first one to score wins. Zoom. The loser has to tell Ayanda about the 15,000.
100% you should get a mentor. Getting a mentor allows you to skip some of the falls that you might have, or the pitfalls. It allows you to learn quicker because you've got somebody sort of guiding you and showing you this is where this could go wrong, this is where it went wrong for me. We're not short of people that know what they're doing. There's really no reason for us to be making the same mistakes that they did.
And I've been running away from the wild.
You are at your most creative when you've run out of options. When I started the project Ayanda, I think we were short 1 million. Short 1 million, right? I think having a bit of business knowledge, I had worked within branded content and marketing for some time. I understood how to bring in brands, bring in people who can pay for certain line items in your budget without you compromising your story. The story needed to be told. It just needed to be told. And everything else, we could work it out.
No, fuck, I've got 2 mechanics. I can do this.
What makes a good director? I think good directors are incredibly perceptive. They know what's going on. They're on the pulse of what's going on and where people are moving to. What are people thinking about? What's relevant? What's in that moment? How to pitch well is probably a craft that will forever be evolving. Understand who you're talking about. Craft your pitch in such a way that it doesn't live just on the story, but it also has another angle to it that speaks directly to the investor that you're pitching to. Filming in Africa is a challenge. Stop this idea that we're not good enough, or we're behind, or our actors or our talent isn't bankable, or technologically, or money, or anything. All of those are just excuses. We've seen amazing African talent make it everywhere in the world. We've seen incredible films from this continent make a splash globally. And that tells you something. And yes, you have to work a little bit. You have to go in there. You have to refine your business plan. You have to go and pitch. You have to work hard. You have to go fast and keep going until those doors get broken down. But when they are, you get nothing but support.
So you want this transformed into what exactly?
A work of art, David.
What it means to be an African filmmaker is simply being a storyteller, filmmaker that resides on this platform. I think we're becoming more global now, that I don't like the idea of isolating ourselves in any way. You're a filmmaker and you deserve a spot on a global platform because your story is interesting, period.
He died here. My father, right here. It was a stupid, avoidable mistake.
My advice to young filmmakers out there is just make a movie. Make it so you know you can. It is the most rewarding thing you could ever do, to start a project from inception, to have an idea, a spark of an idea in your mind, and then to see it being enjoyed by thousands of people. Just do it. Make a movie.